All right, class. So I wanted to show you some examples of compound and complex sentences. We already learned a little bit about simple sentences, and we learned that simple sentences have a subject and a predicate. So our subject is who or what, and our predicate is the condition, the action of that who or what. Okay, so for example, I can say the sentence, the census happens every 10 years. Okay, so that would just be a simple sentence. The census is our subject, happens every 10 years is going to be our predicate. So it's pretty simple. We only have the subject and the predicate. I can say Ashley and Sam are going to do the census. Okay, so Ashley and Sam would be our subject. Are going to do the census would be our predicate. So pretty simple. Those are the two ways we know simple sentences. And for every time you do academic vocabulary, and academic vocabulary is always the 10 vocabulary words we get each week, you have to do sentences, right? Now, most of you are pretty good at doing simple sentences. You can do the simple sentences. But now that you're advancing, I want to see more compound sentences, and I want to see a little bit add in complex sentences because those are a little hard sometimes. But some of them are actually easy. So I'm going to start with compound sentences. Now, for compound sentences, we it just means there's two simple sentences put together. Okay? So for example, my first sentence says the census happens every 10 years. Right? That is my simple sentence. If I want to make it a compound sentence, I would add another sentence after that. So for example, I can say the census happens every 10 years, comma, and I am going to do it this year. Okay? So you see, the census happens every 10 years is one sentence. I'm going to do it this year is another sentence. It's two sentences put together. So how do you connect these two sentences? You connect them with a comma and a conjunction. Our comma, conjunction. So my conjunction would be and. So if I say the census happens every 10 years, comma, and, which is my conjunction, I will do it this year is my next sentence. So you see, I connected two sentences with a conjunction. And is one of our conjunctions, but we have many other conjunctions that we can try. Okay? So for example, I have the conjunctions right here. And I say that you put a comma and conjunction. So here's our comma and conjunction. So the very common acronym is just like a list of words that create a name, something like that. Okay, so we have FANBOYS, FANBOYS. FANBOYS makes for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So these are conjunctions that we can connect to make a compound sentence. So I can say the census is important for we need a head count every 10 years. Okay? So the census is important for we need a count every 10 years. That would be a compound sentence. And I already gave you an example for and. Nor. Okay? So someone can say, I didn't do the census in 2010, nor am I doing it this year. That's not a good decision, but that's an example of a sentence that has nor. The next sentence we can use for a compound sentence is but, right? So I can say, I have heard, past tense, I have heard of the census, but I have never done it. That is a sentence. Well, this year you can try it. So, I have heard of the census, but I have never tried it. That is a compound sentence. Then we have the word or, another conjunction that we can use. I can say, you can finish your census today, or you can finish it tomorrow. You see how the difference between us, I say, you can finish your census today, or, and I repeat again, you can finish it tomorrow. The next sentence has you can finish it tomorrow. So you is my subject, can finish it tomorrow is also our predicate. So you have to have a subject right after that conjunction. You can't just say, you cannot say, you can finish your census today or tomorrow. That one wouldn't work because it doesn't have a subject right after or. Do you understand? So you need to have a subject right after that conjunction and a predicate in order for or to work. The word yet. Now, I hardly use this one, but it is used frequently for other people. So I can say a sentence for this can be, I have never done the census, yet I have to try it. That can be a sentence that we can use. And lastly, the sentence that we can use is with the word so. So I can say, I am going to do the census so I make an impact in our world, in our nation, right? So that would be an example of a sentence. You have a comma conjunction, and these are all based on the census. So, because that is what we are learning this the end of the semester. So these are some compound sentences you could use. Now, there are some compound sentences that do not require a conjunction. You can just put them together. So how you do that is with a semicolon, okay? And the semicolon looks like this. This is a semicolon. So I can say, I have to go to school. I am going later. You see? Now, that's combining two sentences. Probably not the best example of how to connect two sentences, but that's one example of a compound sentence because it's just connected by a semicolon. It's two sentences, but there is no conjunction in the middle or comma. Instead, there's a semicolon. Okay? That's another way that you can see a compound sentence. All right, so I hope that video was helpful. And next, I will talk to you about complex sentences.